In Haiti's earthquake-ravaged streets, torment persisted at the hands of those summoned to help. Aid workers preyed on vulnerable women and girls, and it is now clear that kind of suffering is not uncommon.
What we have found is that this is a widespread problem of sexual exploitation and abuse. We think that it is endemic.
A report by British lawmakers says abuse by aid workers has been a problem for years. Organizations are sluggish to respond to claims of wrongdoing to the point that it appears to be complacency verging on complicity. The study recommends making it easier to report abuse, more funding to support investigations, and developing an aid worker registry to screen out predators.
Sometimes people target our industry to get access to these people. And I think what's very welcome about this report is that recognition that this needs to be treated as a kind of large-scale criminal activity.
The report is being hailed as long overdue, but some advocates argue the only way to actually start changing the problematic culture within the aid sector is to force charities and governments to do more to compensate victims.
We need to make sure that they've got a right to reparation so they can begin to recover from this awful, awful abuse.
But aid groups, at least for now, appear to be focusing on prevention instead. Oxfam is promising to do more after it admitted some staff hired prostitutes while working in Haiti's earthquake zone. Other organizations have pledged reform as well, but little has been seen in the field.
The conversations still mostly are at headquarters at a very high sort of policy level. It's very, very hard to tell what, if anything, is really changing on the ground.
This former aid worker runs a private Facebook page for her peers where stories about abuse are not unusual. She is hopeful, though, the public conversation around Me Too will finally force these aid groups to make meaningful change and encourage more women to come forward. Katie Simpson, CBC News, London.